All right, more with less, sponsored by Cooney Lexus, as always. Basketball coach Dean Smith died quietly at 83 years old over the weekend. For at least the last 5 years, he had been suffering from dementia. Of course, that's a disease that affects, among other things, memory. But he will never be forgotten. Like Woody, I've spent a lot of time around former Nuggets head coach Doug Moe, a former North Carolina Tar Heel and a disciple of Coach Smith. And I always noticed the reverence with which Doug's voice spoke when he talked about Smith. Now, over the weekend, I heard or read those same platitudes from other former players, James Worthy, Antoine Jamison, Michael Jordan, a number of others. And they didn't talk about him as a coach so much as they referred to him as a father figure. People will quote Dean Smith's career stats all day long and talk about his basketball innovations like the four-corner offense, as well they should. But it's as a molder of men, Dean Smith will be remembered for just as much. Because he toiled primarily back east, I didn't cover him much. However, I did watch Dean Smith operate up close in the spring of 1997. It was his last year as North Carolina's head coach. And in one of his last games that he coached, he beat Chauncey Billups' CU team in the NCAA tournament. I covered the game, I covered the regional. And I watched Dean Smith closely during practices and games because I hadn't been around him much. What struck me was not any aura that he gave off, but the way everybody acted towards him. That reverence thing again. It was like being around royalty. He was not the greatest college coach of all time. That title goes to the one and only John Wooden. But Dean Smith was pretty darn close for his way around the court and for the way he showed young men how to navigate life. Experience an entire lineup of all-weather drive Lexus vehicles. They're available at Colorado's #1 Lexus dealer. That's Cooney Lexus of Greenwood Village. Test drive the first ever Lexus NX and the RC at the state-of-the-art facility. It's a brand new one. It's located at I-25 and Bellevue. Or you can go online and check out all things Cooney Lexus at CooneyLexus of GreenwoodVillage.com.